What's up, everybody? This is Zack, aka Zaki. Love Frenzy on PlayStation 5, French Speak Z in French, Super French Z in Japanese and Ubisoft. I am Zaki underscore DJ. We're going to go ahead and do a full diggnation-style episode for Monday, November 11th, which is today. It is 4:33 p.m. Pacific. Let's get this done. Upload it so you can see it on the website as soon as possible. All right, guys. First story we got is, did sexism propel Donald Trump to power? This is a great article by The Economist. It goes to show that because people acted a little bit macho and they did not want to vote for women. Fortunately, we came into this predicament where people did not want to vote for Kamala Harris because she was a woman, and they voted for Donald Trump instead. Very, very sad. Very, very upsetting. Be sure to check out the article from The Economist. Next article we got is, why I gave up trying to delete myself from the internet. This is a person who had trouble deleting herself from the internet, and basically, that person kind of gave up eventually. It was also from The Economist. I believe it was on the 1843 magazine. Up next, how did Donald Trump win the presidency? This is a podcast from The Economist. You can listen to this podcast on their podcast channel or also on SoundCloud. Up next, EIU experts Mexico's economic growth to slow to 1.4% in 2024, down from 3.2% in 2023. Growth is forecast at 1.2% in 2025, with the economy firming up through 2029, in line with an economic recovery in the U.S. Find out more here, and then this is from the EIU, this Economic Intelligence Unit. Be sure to check it out. Up next, research how work from home can actually strengthen bonds between coworkers. This is an article from Harvard Business Review. HBR's content has become more and more better in the news because they used to be very, very mean, very upsetting. They kind of had a clique of a bunch of like almost mean girls, but they were guys. And finally, they're a little bit more respectful, and their articles are much, much better. So be sure to check them out. They were so good. I added 2 articles from HBR. The next one is called "How to Answer Why Should We Hire You in an Interview." This is a great article. We should help me because a lot of people are starting to wonder, can you explain this gap? Can you please this gap? Look, I've been busy and during this gap, but because this gap, I had a gap in my resume because people said that I did not have enough experience, and now I'm stuck with a bunch of experience. And people are trying to say I'm overqualified. It's really frustrating. Up next, a teenage park ranger dies at wildfires burns in New York State. This is from the BBC. This is a really sad article because this guy was just only a teenager and he passed away. More could have been done to prevent this from happening. Up next, Black and Latino Americans can't let Trump divide them. This is an article from Bloomberg, and they did not understand the dangers of MAGA cult and Project 225, and it's going to backfire on them, and this is really sad. How a Trump presidency could lead to a purge of the Pentagon. This is very sad for people at the Pentagon. Get to work. You got less than 2 months to take care of everything that you need to take care of, because if you do not entrust the red button to someone else, this and that, Trump will be stupid enough to want to press it. So get to work, and specifically directed at Secretary of Defense Austin, SecDef Austin. You got a lot of work because unfortunately, if you lose your job in 2 months, we're kind of all shit out of luck. So keep on keeping, and do what is necessary to keep everything safe and secure. Up next, we got, why is Germany supporting Israel's genocide in Gaza? This is from Al Jazeera News, and this is a very sad turn of events in the Gaza Strip. Ceasefire is still not passing through, and people are writing this article and wondering, why is Germany supporting Israel and not Gaza in this genocide? It's really important. Next article we got is, German politician fined 18,000 euros for racist remark against Afghans. This is an article on Afghanistan International. As someone who loves German engineering and DTM, thank you, that's respect, because I love German engineering cars, Mercedes, Audis, Porsche, BMWs, and Volkswagen. But I just I love all that culture, and I love DTM. I even love Oktoberfest, which I never get to spend to celebrate from time to time. But just want to thank you. You have to show some respect. The Afghan people have gone through so much turmoil, and this is not the time to tell them racism. During all these factories in Germany, I'm sure there's a bunch of Afghans who work there, including in the German engineering. There's some engineers who work tirelessly on these cars in Germany. So be nice. Up next, we got 2016 and 2024. We will be a fundamentally different country by the end of the next administration. Indeed, we already are. It's an article from the New Yorker. Be sure to read that article. It's a must read. Up next, chill games for a chill weekend. Plus, this week's installer, Tom Hanks get the AI treatment, a notes app built into your Mac launcher, new apps for reading the internet, and much more. This is from The Verge. This is a geeky article. Very cool stuff. Cool apps for your Mac, so be sure to check them out. Up next, top Bernie Sanders strategist on why Kamala Harris lost. This is guy who's a strategist for Bernie Sanders, going to explain as to why Kamala Harris lost, and it's really sad. Up next, as Firefox turned 20, Mozilla ponders how to restore to its former glory. Mozilla Firefox turned to version like 131, which is amazing. Mozilla Firefox is a great web browser, so when you're tired of Google Chrome from time to time, and if Google Chrome does not work, be sure to switch over to Mozilla Firefox. What's next for reproductive rights in the U.S. from MIT Technology Review? This is a very sad turn of event because now, with all these states that are turned red and Republican, it is very tough for women who have to get an abortion. They have to go somewhere else. This is why it's important for Gavin Newsom to report to Washington and explain how he can work to fail-safe the California state so that blue laws are always passed throughout the whole California state, so that if anyone needs any help, especially women and the women's right in California, they're good to go. Up next, millennials are turning 40 and it's freaking them out. This is an article from Business Insider. This is true. This is what happened to me. I'm 41 now. I turned 40 last year and it was a very sad turn of events. And look, I'm working as an intern. It's just terrible. And let's just hope that things get better for us millennials, Generation X, Generation Y, Generation Z, because we need to have a form of income to be able to move on forward. Up next, last week, I was lucky enough to be in Japan, and it was a great chance to gather insights on some of the key themes and what is one of the world's fastest changing in a positive way of consumers and payment markets. This is an article from LinkedIn. Simon Baptiste got a chance to be in Japan for a week. This is great. Simon Baptiste used to run the EIU, the Economist. He's a great person. I have tremendous respect for him. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's talking about. Please listen to him. Up next, Starmer to join Macron on Armistice Day in Paris to show European solidarity. This is great because today is Veterans Day, 11/11, November 11th. So it was nice for Britain to show support for France when they show their respect to United States because it was Veterans Day. Up next, a sex strike is a losing strategy for American women. This is an article from the New York Times newspaper, and this article goes as to length as you can explain. We'll explain to you why that is. Up next, we got Pod Save America. Host calls Biden's choice to run again catastrophic. This is Pod Save America podcast. This podcast has all the presidents as a podcast as well, and they go into details as to why on this Huffington Post article that because Biden ran so early on and did not let someone else run a campaign for much longer, we are in this predicament, and it's really sad. Up next, I just reshared another article for a second time, or maybe a third time, or a fourth time, to please understand for you guys. Trump failed the 3 a.m. test. He does not know how to answer the phone at 3 a.m. Someone else answers the phone at 3 a.m., and it's really frustrating. So be sure to reread that article. Up next, Ohio 2024 live election results. Trump projected to win. Marina flips Senate for GOP. This is 538. Ohio turning into a red state removes the desire to live in Columbus, Ohio during the next 4 years. A crucial time during Intel Ohio construction of the Intel building in Lincoln County. This is really frustrating because if Ohio turned red into a red state, a GOP state, this changes a lot of things because, as you know, the Intel Corporation is building an Intel building near Columbus, Ohio, in Lincoln County. So it's going to be tough. We'll have to see how that predicament goes through because I don't like the idea of living into a red state. I don't like that because I'm considering to move just about anywhere nationwide or worldwide, and Columbus was one of the places I consider in my moving. First place I'm considering moving, obviously, is San Francisco. San Francisco is number one on my list. Number two would be Columbus. After that, it's probably be maybe Washington D.C. temporarily to fix some things, and then eventually Japan, Tokyo, Japan, or Paris, France, or any places in France that has a lot of French tech. Up next, how women feel about the election results: despair, anger, relief, elations. Washington Post. This is very important on Washington Post now. It goes to the length to describe how women are feeling about this election. It's really sad. Up next, we got dozens killed in Gaza and Lebanon as Israel faced deadline given by the U.S. This is by Le Monde. Great article. It's a French article, but it's translated in English for you guys. Up next, we got how to find online updates on California's mountain fire. It's from Mashable. California fire season is not over yet. It will be over at the end of this month of November. Cross our fingers. Hopefully, everything's fine for Cal Fire. Now, up next, we got how Barron, Trump, and the Bros vote sways the U.S. election. This is really sad, and it goes to show how all these bro-down people voted for Trump instead of something which was super normal. They should have just voted for Kamala Harris. It's really sad. It's on the Vice. What are animals saying? AI may help decode their languages. Nat Geo, this is from National Geographic. This is a really cool thing because artificial intelligence is going to find a way for us to find the language of animals. And with that, we'll be able to understand what animals are saying. This is a really cool thing because if we find a way to decipher the language of animals, we could literally speak to dogs and cats. We could speak to, bears. We could speak to, there's tremendous research on how to speak to monkeys, that's for sure. But who knows what we'll be able to help, speak to all these animals that really help them. That's like a real a great frontier here. If we can find a way to speak to animals using AI, this is going to be amazing. By the way, guys, it is Coffee with Zack, so hope you enjoy your cup of coffee. I'm drinking some tea right now because I don't have my cup of coffee today, but I might enjoy a cup of coffee later. We shall see. All right. Excuse me. I just need a second to burp over here. Next, we got article we got is from Taiwan to Technology. China ponders what to come under Trump. Trump 2.0. We were very scared of Trump 2.0, and it's a very dangerous turn of events. So we shall see what can happen. Taiwan is really worried because of China is just very strong, and last time that China just showed up with 60 fighter jets near Taiwan, that was a very dangerous predicament. Up next, we got here's what we know about Sacramento County 2024 general election results from Cap Radio News. I'm waiting for the results. The results are very tight, and I don't know if the candidate in my county won or not. Who's a Democrat? It was really neck and neck. It was like 50-50. Up next, we got Donald Trump prendra-t-il sa revanche? Le Monde Diplomatique. This is a French article. It translates to, will Donald Trump take his revenge? This is from Le Monde Diplomatique. Be sure to read that article. Very dangerous stuff. It's 4:46 p.m. Just want to give a big shout out to Obama and Biden. Integrity is very important. And I'm not talking about integrity weed from South Park. No, this is not time for a South Park joke. Yes, I like South Park jokes from time to time, but not right now. Right now, it is up to Obama and Biden to work tirelessly to figure out how to use the law before the end of these 2 months to show that a convicted felon Trump cannot hold office. If you're a convicted felon, you cannot be president. Just like you cannot even vote if you're a convicted felon. So use the power of law, or else all these teenagers and these 20-year-olds who are in university or, university, they shouldn't have to take the LSATs. They shouldn't have to take the LSAT. The LSAT is a test you take so you become a lawyer or eventually a judge, or a prosecutor. So get this to your head. They have to be able to not let Trump become president. If Trump is president, then no need to take the LSAT. Just like I shouldn't have to take the PMP. I'm already, given the vast amount of work I've done, I'm already project manager. All right, moving on. 447. Big shout out to Kamala Harris, your prosecutor. You will figure this out. You might be embarrassed right now, but put your head on and figure out how to deal with this situation for the next 2 months. 448. The Trump Russia investigation is even more dangerous than it is. Goes to show you that Jack Smith is like pulling his hair out, and so is Christopher Wray. But please stay strong, remain strong. And I know that New York prosecutors are still dealing with the situation, and they're still going to go on with that lawsuit shortly about Trump. Up next, what Trump means for the world and foreign policy. These are very important articles, which because unfortunately I'm losing all my memberships, so I really need some funding so I can read these articles in full amounts again. These are very important articles. Foreign policy, foreign affairs. You have to read them. Very important. Next article, we got the National Security Imperative for a Trump presidency. This is from Foreign Affairs. We really don't have to worry about national security. Really, really important. 4:49 p.m. As you know, 4:49. It's almost as if we're preventing some kind of bomb of exploding because of how dangerous and volatile the situation over the next 2 months. Because we know that Trump is in bed with Putin, and it creates a big amalgam, as we call them. This is an amalgam. Up next, the United States and the democracy question in South Asia. This is an article from The Diplomat, just a very tumultuous situation, very, very sad. Up next, we got global challenges for 47th president, 2 major wars, and avoiding conflict with China. This is from the Cipher Brief. I know Cipher Brief right now. I still have my membership, so I'm going to read everything I can before my membership gets removed. There's just a lot of stuff going on. And you tell that CEO, Stephanie, whoever she is, she needs to make some podcasts. Make some goddamn podcasts. Your old podcast is 6 months old by now. You need to make some new podcasts. You need to be recorded on audio. We want to listen. I'm not trying to be snob when I listen to France Culture and Affaires étrangères. The reason why I listen to France Culture and Affaires étrangères is because they have a new podcast pretty much every other day. It's updated late on the latest episode. If you don't have a new episode of Cipher Brief, I can't listen. So if you want me to listen to Cipher Brief, put out a new episode. Thanks. Next article is from Quantum Magazine. Math is still catching up to the mysterious genius of Srinivasa Ramanujan. He was a very famous mathematician, I believe from India, and we still have questions about him. He was just kind of a math genius. Up next, we have Saviez-vous que seulement 5% de l'univers nous est accessible, les 95% restants étant mystérieusement sombres. Cette photo de la semaine vous emmène à l'événement de la semaine dernière au CERN Science Gateway organisé pour célébrer la Dark Matter Day le 31 octobre. This is a great article from CERN, LHC, Large Hadron Collider, all that cool stuff at CERN, but it's in French. The reason why I share this in French is because I want you guys to learn French. It means a lot to me, so be sure to check it out. Next article we got is Voyager's Interstellar Future by NASA. As you know, very excited about the Voyager 1 satellite and also Voyager 2, but Voyager 1 especially because I found it thanks to my song that was on SoundCloud that was called Voyager 1, Please Return, Please Come Back, and we found the satellite. We were all very scared that we would not make contact with it again, and I'm glad I was able to find that satellite. And I made that song with FL Studio. Don't worry, Tim Cook. I have plenty of time ahead of myself to enjoy Logic. I will enjoy Logic. It's going to happen for sure. Next article up next, we got new Secretary General begins work as Interpol General Assembly closes. This is from Interpol. This is great. The new guy who runs Interpol, I forgot his name, but he's from Brazil. Brazil. This is amazing. He's going to do, this is Brazil. And hopefully he is strong enough, because no one else seemed to was strong enough, he can possibly be the one who put an Interpol red notice on Netanyahu, because Netanyahu is a butcher and he's also killing 40,000 Palestinians, 90,000 injured, or 100,000 injured now. Next article we got is Air Force promotes just over just over 500 new chief master surgeons. So this is a great article from Air and Space Force magazine. A bunch of chief master surgeon, master chief surgeon. It might have been a typo from the magazine. Maybe the magazine is playing a trick on me and wants me to see if I know the right spelling. So we'll go ahead and double check the website and see if they made a spelling error. All right, was the right spelling? Just making sure that we write it normally, else we won't get in trouble. All right, next article we got up next is the Toyota GR86 Terreno Edition first test. JDM Cool. It's from Motor Trend. That's hopefully it's a great article about the GR86 from Initial D and MF Ghost Season 2. If possible, you guys at Motor Trend, please bring back Super Street TV show. I'm watching the first season, but you should bring it back. It was an amazing show and it was great. Okay, all right. So now let's start the watch with here, the Psycho Japan watch, and talk a little bit more before I end the show. Listen, guys. Today is Monday, November 11th, 2024. In case you're aware, 11/11, it's Veterans Day. Veterans Day, it honors military veterans of the United States Armed Forces, but also of other countries, including France and England. But this week is also a difficult week of remembrance for France because of 13 Novembre 2015. I'm doing my best right now. I'm recording a new video, and I'm going to post it right now on the blog. But I'm also talking about how I wrote down some of my 2 cents that I'm really worried about the future of America in the next 2 months because without a new German engineering or JDM vehicle, a salary, new job, and a credit card and a place to stay, I will be obligated to move back to Europe or Japan for the next 4 years until Trump is removed from power. I've lived through one Trump nightmare. I intend to be as far away as the second Trump nightmare as possible. You want me to stay? Call it like it is. You cannot have a convicted felon as president 47th. Therefore, Vance will be POTUS, and whoever else VP would be VP. Do the right thing. Save America from allowing Trump access to the red button. Something that all of us, including those in those silos, work very hard to make sure that you can't be anywhere near that shit. I implore you. Thanks in advance. All right, guys. That's my diggnation-style update for Monday. And some good Earl tea over here. Green tea, black tea with Earl Grey tea. Then I have that was my update. I hope you enjoy it. And yeah, I just as someone who is here to use posterity. I'm using posterity to make sure America stays working, because we don't want to, after Trump is elected, for Trump to go into despair within 3 months. Ubisoft, please throw together a demo for the Division 3, just to explain to people what kind of predicament we might be under. All right, guys. We're at almost 24 minutes, almost 25 minutes. Thank you guys so much for watching this. Please like and subscribe button. Really means a lot. And I'll do some more live streaming on video games. I want to give a big shout out to all my favorite superheroes, especially Batman, Iron Man, Grogu, and Spider Man. But all the superheroes, big shout out to all of y'all. And when I can afford to again, I'll be reading some new comic books. Okay, um, it's Monday. We got 4 more days until the La French Tech SF conference this Friday. I so far so good. I'm eager to be there, so I should be there for sure. I'm eager to come. I'll have my business cards, and yeah, we should have some fun. I just need anybody to be excited about Zack Technology LLC, my startup, or if you're looking for a project manager or business analyst, or if you can help me find a place to stay and a salary. Or else I have to move back to France. Okay, thanks guys. Until next time. Bye bye. Everything's on the website Zack.coffee. Thank you very much for your attention. Thanks for listening. More new podcasts available, including Omega Radio 521. That's Akhenaton, and I Am and Très Organisé. There's some new album. There's a guy who worked with Jules on Omega Radio 520, and more episodes of Beta Radio if you like Deep House. More episodes of Mu Radio if you like alternative, and more episodes of July Radio. We're at 2,372, more than any other DJ, and they never come close. Okay? We'll get to the top 100 DJs on DJ Max someday. We'll make it happen. All right. See you guys later. Bye bye.